Recording in progress.
Hello, everyone. And it is the channeling of August 11th.
2022.
Yeah, 2022. We'll be answering your questions and pulling cards from you for you and whatever messages come as well.
Today we're both using the tarot deck, the Rider. Oh, nice. It was upside down, but it was on the Lovers.
Oh, and I have the High Priestess.
Oh, interesting.
Decisions and following your intuition.
So we're doing it with the tarot deck because it's super exciting. Aurora is teaching a beginner's tarot class. So if you ever wanted to get your own information and read your future for yourself, and she teaches all about it and how the cards work and everything. And then she's creating new classes with it too. So you can move all the way through to even becoming professional at it and getting paid for reading. So I'm super excited. And that's up on mds-institute.com.
Yes, and it will be available soon. You will receive a notice. It is already done.
I think by the time they listen to this, it'll be up.
Yeah, it will be already up.
Yeah. So tell them a little bit about yourself, Aurora.
Where do I start? I feel that we'll talk about the connection to the cards this time. I think the connection with the cards is really special because it almost feels like friends, and that is also the purpose of the class, to make you get to know each one of the cards, but also for you to pick the information that each one of the cards wants to give you that will be different for everyone. So I like to consider them as friends and to consult them when I want to take a decision or just as a daily guidance. So me, myself, I am a hypnotherapist, but also a theta healer and a tarot card reader, which is basically saying the same thing, connecting to the spirit and giving the information through different mediums. And the cards is just one of the mediums to which we used to channel spirit.
And Aurora is brilliant. She speaks, how many languages do you speak? 5. English is not her first language. And
I think my 4th.
Oh my gosh. That is just fascinating to me. The people that can speak multiple languages. I tried hard.
Well, you do, like this language of the spirit and the light language and all that.
That's true.
The important thing is, I guess, to get the message in a language that it speaks directly to the soul and get the best information that is out there for
I like that. But you are brilliant, and she she has background in software and technology and all these things, plus she's all these spirit things. So it's very unique blend, and I'm so happy that we're working together.
Me too. And Marcella, on the other hand, is the best therapist that I know. That she does the best meditations, and they are really like source channeled. It's really awesome.
Thank you.
So we also have a course app that is the self-love course, when you will be able to listen to the Marcella's meditation and also increase the self-love in your life. And also that is the first of many relationship course that we will provide. And of course, the first one starts with the relationship with yourself.
Yeah. And I'm also getting ready to teach a 3-hour past life regression workshop. I'm super excited, where you get to experience your own past lives through hypnosis. So we take you and meditate 3 different times. So you get lots of opportunities to experience. And I also talk about all the myths and how hypnosis works and all that. So if you're interested in hypnosis, you don't have to do the meditations. You can just sit back and relax and just learn more. And that's also up on MDS Institute.
I'm looking forward to be part of that. And yes, today we will answer your questions as we do every 11th of every month.
Yeah.
And the questions today are a lot about the future. That is also one thing that you can do, either consulting the tarot cards or doing a past life regression, which it says past life, but it can be a future life progression, and where you can go and check into different timelines and see which one resonates with you the best and align yourself with that particular timeline so you can have the best possible future in this life.
Yes. Yeah, it's important that you take your own power, and that no matter what anyone says to you, whether it's a psychic reading or a friend telling you how you should live your life, you take your own, you use your own power to discern what you want to take in and what you don't, because nothing's written in the future. Like, there is no permanent future. You can change the future. So
yeah,
I hope I said that well.
Exactly. Okay.
All right.
Which question should we do first?
So every question that we answer is also part of, we're doing it in the way of like trying to, how do you say it? Answer so that the whole group gets the answers, so that we'll read the person's energy, and then we'll also channel in also what the collective of the whole, anyone who listens to this later.
Yes, so it applies to all of you that listen to this video at any point in time.
Correct.
Listen to it now or in the future.
Yeah.
So one person asked if they're on the right path or do they have to make any changes.
Okay.
So, yeah, maybe we can connect to that one first. Very interesting. I also pulled 2 cards. One that is it the right path, and one changes. And well, I'll show you the cards and then I'll show you what it means. So we have this for is it the right path, and this for changes. So the Page of Wands, it's a messenger. Basically, I think that we are here to tell you that the right path is the path that feels the brightest and the most joyful for you. So there is no one right path, and don't take my word for it, don't take anyone's word for it. If they're like, you're on the right path, but it feels horrible, chances are that you need to make some changes. But with every change, and that is the card of changes, it requires a lot of work. So it's not like, I also feel that we will clear this energy. It doesn't necessarily mean that it requires a lot of work, but there is this belief probably in the conscious collective that we need to work hard, and the harder we work, the bigger the changes will be, which in some cases depends on the changes that you want to be. It requires hard work, but sometimes it can be easily. It might seem like contradictory, but sometimes you change one belief and then the work that you do doesn't feel that it's encountering that much resistance. So when people say hard work, usually it means that a lot of effort, a lot of resistance coming your way, and it doesn't have to be that way. But it does require, first of all, that you want to do the work, that you're ready for it, and to get your mind and your spirit ready for it before it follows in the body. So I feel that this particular person, but also the people that will listen to it, are ready to make a transformation in their lives, to realign to the best path for them. It doesn't mean that they're not in the right path right now, but that with them hearing this, something will click and they will be like, oh yeah, there was one part missing. Maybe I can be more joyful in this one, or maybe I don't have to suffer that much, or like feeling like I'm banging my head against the wall because things are not going the way I want to, when you have like a door in your right and you can just go around and like go to where you want to go. Sometimes the way you're doing things right now, it is not the most efficient. It doesn't mean it won't get you there, but you are not taking the path of least resistance. So once you finish channeling, maybe you can also do a clearance to download what I said in the energy level.
Yeah, I'm getting that this person is on the right path. And I like what you said, like you can actually make the subtle changes, but the major path looks really good from my perspective, what I saw.
Yeah, it is true. Like this also means Page of Wands, that it is someone bringing you good news and telling you, yeah, it's a green flag. Basically, keep going, because
Yeah.
it is a confirmation that you are on the right path.
Yeah. 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 Hey.
So what another thing that I want to say about this card, so that is about the changes that you need to make. I think that the changes also include asking for help when you feel overwhelmed. So to check yourself for those signs when you start feeling very tired, or and when you take more work. And it doesn't have to be work, like when you work in an office or with your kids. It can be like house chores, and then you're not splitting with your husband, or even getting a maid. Or it can also be spiritual work when you feel that you're like giving and giving too much and you're not asking for help. Just remember that you can always ask for help, because what happens is that if you get tired, not only you cannot see the path where you're working on, when you're walking on, but you are also not aligning to your best path, because you're taking too much on yourself. So you're not helping yourself and others to the best of your capacities.
Awesome. Let's take the question that I have here from Nikki, who was asking, she just said health related. So let's take, oh, did you want to do a healing for that last?
Okay.
Yeah.
We can do it now, or we can do it later. Maybe we can do it after the health related, because that will also
Okay.
help.
Okay. Just clearing out the energy of the last person and the group, and back in with this question. Go ahead.
For me, I just wanted to provide a space of healing for this person, because I feel that she is holding, I sense pain and holding a lot of things in her physical body, but also energy. So I just want to send unconditional love and healing, so that it may heal her, or them, and to everyone who listens to the best of the abilities to heal, and our body to have the ability to heal ourselves like 100% if we so choose to, and if we receive it in ourselves. What message do you have?
This person is a very high vibration old soul, and they, like probably most people listening, you're not going to be attracted to us if you're not an old soul and have had many lifetimes. She is like a very high vibration being, and she forgets her power, which then creates the disconnect in the body that then creates the illness. And I saw it as a very tiny Y, like there's a, but the Y was a tree branch, but it was skinnier than my finger. Like it was a tiny little two-pronged tree branch. And I was like, why am I getting this? And they're like, aha, that's a Y. And it's like the thing that she's worried about is a very small thing that she's like, it's seemingly like this big decision and this big two different paths, and like it just feels very much bigger than actually what it is. It's not as hard to fix and heal yourself than what you think. So really take some time to empower yourself and to, yeah, go ahead.
I do feel that she's giving the power away to other people, and it feels especially male in the family. It can be a husband, could be son, could be neighbors. I don't know, but because I got
Father.
two cards, and it's like males, and like whatever your power is, it's like, here, take this decision for me, or maybe afraid of her own power, of how powerful she can be if she is full in her masculine power, actually, like a power that is more active rather than not only just healing. I feel that she has a lot of masculine action power that she's not putting to use, maybe from a belief that this is a male's job, or but we can both be males and females inside the same, or incorporate both energies. So when it's time to take a decision, don't only leave it to whoever is supposed to take the decision. Just take it for yourself, because you have that power within you.
Yeah, that's a great reading. It's interesting. I pulled a card also, and I'm not like Aurora. I don't know all the
What is a card?
all of the yeah. So I'm gonna let you weigh in as well, but I'm gonna tell you what the card's telling me. It's interesting that you said males, because there's three males. There's the grandfather, like looking a father, and then the child, and they're all male with one woman. And I just think that that was really interesting when you were talking about the male, because that's what was pulling out. And it's like your own wisdom to be the grandmother, the mother, and the child all in one body, and is very powerful.
Yeah, so maybe you can do the little download for both readings, to claim your own power within you, and also to balance your males and females energy, so that you may use whichever one you prefer in whatever point you are in your life and decision making. And yes, that it is okay to ask for help when you feel that you need it. So everything I said before, you can just say yes if you want to receive the downloads in an energy form for yourself. It is done.
And that type of healing is how theta healing works. And there are books out on theta healing that you could read if you wanted to know more about it, as well as Aurora does sessions on that. So go ahead.
Yes. No, that's it. Marcella too, but she incorporates it in. That's in hypnosis. That's actually how I know theta healing, because of you. And then I got trained, and I really love it as a method. You were the
because
first
of
one
me?
that,
Oh,
yeah.
that's funny. Yeah, I took that.
That was like 10 years ago, and then I waited, I think, until the moment was right, until a friend of mine, she became an instructor in theta healing, so I took the classes. But yeah, I've heard of it a long time ago, and I love it. It's like, that's what I use with my cards to make my channelings as accurate as possible. I always couple them with theta healing.
Awesome. I have another question here. Should I stay or should I go? Work related. That's
okay.
Chalita.
Oh, sorry. Waiting, because I pulled the cards. I'm like, that is interesting. So for the should I stay, I got this card, which is basically a person that is offered many things, but they don't find any satisfaction in it anymore. I feel like this work you've kind of you're over it, or the person is over this type of work, and whatever is being offered to them, because whatever is being offered is all good things, it's cups. So and it's another opportunity still coming from the sky, basically, like full of good energy. But if you look at the person's face, they are not happy with it, because it can be something maybe within them, or maybe it can be that they have learned everything that they have to learn from this type of job, and it is a time to move on. On the other hand, when I pull a card, where should I go? I have the Tower card, which means that it is something sudden and unexpected will happen. And it could be like, maybe while you're taking the decision, the job is going to be closed. So there's nothing you can do about it, but it can be something spiritual. A lot of people are afraid of the card. I am not. I like the card because it just means that kind of a crumbling of your foundations if they weren't good to begin with. So in order to put you in the right path, which is what we asked for this reading and for today. So if you stay, but you are not happy with it, it means that deep down you do crave a change, or you want to change. So whether you decide to go for it and then make it like more of a smooth transition, or whether you decide to stay and that's the other forces like force you to move because you're not in the right path for you, like the change will happen. So it's more of a decision, what feels better for you, what feels more aligned for you, when should you make a change and towards what, rather than if it will happen. Because
I got this.
Will. Oh yeah,
I got this, and it's about letting go.
Compliment,
right?
Yeah. It's about closing whatever work you're doing and then moving on to a new chapter in your life.
Yeah. So letting go might be the right answer for you, and it's going to all work out, and you're going to have many, many, many things that flourish out of that.
Yeah.
We had another person that was asking around work related about retiring. Should we bring in that question too?
Yes. Right? And I also have another related question on my end with work. But yes,
should I retire or get another state job? I think that's how it was worded. Let me see. Should I retire or look for a new state job? Yeah.
Interesting. So I got, for retiring, I got that card. And for another state job, I got this card. Okay, so if you look for another state job, well, both are good, but the retirement will have a much bigger transformation inside you. So the death card is never about death, it's always about transformation. So it means that if you retire, you will embark on a spiritual journey when you will see things a little bit differently, or maybe it will give you a push to do things that you haven't previously thought. And to look for another state job, it is kind of more of the same. You will be, maybe you'll have more money, you will be comfortable in your element. It is a really positive card, but both of them, as I see them, as more positive. One is more kind of delaying what will happen, that will eventually happen. Maybe I would say if you need to a bit more money or more finances, maybe look for another job at the moment, but that eventually you will have the feeling that, okay, this chapter is closed and I'm ready for my spiritual transformation and see what retirement has in store for me, and it's going to be good. Like you will enjoy retirement as much as I think you enjoy working, or even more.
And this is the card I pulled, and this is about conflicts. And I'm sensing a conflict in and around the money and maybe your family. Not excited about you retiring, but if I feel like your heart really wants to retire, and I'm getting that you should sit down with a financial planner and get a financial plan in going so that you can show your family that this is going to work. It doesn't mean you have to stop working. It can just simply mean that it's time to transition away from that.
Yeah. So if you see the face of this person, even though they chose the finances, the face is not quite a happy one. It means that it is in this, to complete your what you said, is that it's a choice that you're doing for somebody else. If it was up to you, I think you would have chosen only like to move on and to have a spiritual transformation instead, or next chapter in your life. But again, check in with yourself and see what feels best for you.
Yeah. Okay.
So I do have a question. If is the business I am about to start a good idea, or should I move? Should I rethink it? So more about like businesses, works, and decisions.
I start. What did she say? Should I? Is it a she?
It's a she. Yeah. Is the business I'm about to start a good idea, or should I rethink it?
Go ahead.
You want to go first, or
no, you go ahead.
So what I'm showing the cards that I pulled. One, and this is the business card. If you do it for yourself, or to rethink it, and then I got the Lover's card. So I think what maybe you want deep down, or it's to have a partner, but also it can mean like a work partner. Doesn't necessarily mean a romantic partner, but it could also mean a romantic partner that you want to go to business with, like make it more of a family business rather than doing everything alone. It's not, I feel like it's not just what you do it with, but it's if you, or the business idea per se, rather than who you do it with. So if you do it by yourself, you will have to rethink of many, many more things that if you do it with a partner that maybe can complement you, or it can also be like a business partner, like a woman, not just a male energy, it's rather somebody else with whom you can discuss ideas and maybe can bring something else to the table, like an area of expertise that you don't.
It's interesting because I get the Queen of Swords, which is a very independent.
Oh.
But also, nurturing and supportive, right?
Yeah. She's also, very, I think there are things to gain from both sides. If you do it yourself, you will be more like a Queen of Swords, maybe more powerful, more independent, make decisions quickly. And if you do it with another person, maybe it will be more on the hard side. Maybe you will learn how to negotiate, or how to, it's not like it's going to be easier, it's you will learn different things if you choose to go alone or to go with someone else.
It's interesting. Her chair is like a cherub face in there. And it's like you're sitting on the throne of knowledge, and it's coming from the angelic realm. And this little butterfly popped out at me too, to just say it's really good transformation that you're doing. I am seeing that you doubt yourself a lot, and so you keep rethinking it, and it's like you don't need to rethink it. You don't need to rethink it. You can do it. And I feel like the partner feels like a good thing.
Maybe it will come along the way. But yeah, if it's just, is the business a good idea? I would also say that, yeah, go for it. Don't, that is a good idea. Like it will bring new things into your life, and yeah, especially like shut down the self-doubt that you have, whether you can do it or not. Because either alone or with somebody else, you can do it. I don't know if you have anything else.
I have another question. Someone
if it's, because I wanted to do a download.
Yeah, it's not work related.
Yeah,
Let's
I was
see.
gonna ask
Hold
if it's
on.
work related. Because I want to do, I had a feeling of doing in the download to know where to go or where to stay for everyone that asks a work related questions, like to listen to your intuition and know where to go and when to go, where to act and where to stay put.
I like that.
So say, I can say yes if you want to receive this download.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I don't need to.
Hmm.
All right, perfect.
That was nice.
Now-
Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah, that's good. So I also have questions about love life. I don't know if, or we can start with one of your questions.
I have
Either.
a question. I'd like to end on the love life. If that's all right
Yeah.
with you. This one is, will my son and his wife change their current way of life for the better?
So for me, I have a yes, but they need to let go of some unhealthy things. It can be thoughts, it can be physical things that they're still holding on to. They're not seeing the whole picture. So I got this card, which is for me like a confirmation, yes. And I think the person that is doing the question is the one that he knows already that they need to make a change, and he is the one that will be guiding them. Because his ideas are more clear, like he is very powerful, and the changes that they make that they need to make is grieving. So this is a card that
Did you
shows
say
a
is
person
leaving or grieving?
grieving. It's both. It's a grievance about leaving something behind. So this person that I think represents both the people you asked about is focusing on what they're losing if they make these changes and not what they're gaining. And it feels like the loss is much bigger than what they're gaining, but it is the opposite. Like they need to make these changes, but they need to know that there is another way, that not to focus on their pain or on their loss, but to focus on the future. It kind of feels like they don't know that the future can get better, or kind of a loss of hope. So maybe after that, I can make a download to see how hope feels like, or that the future can get much better than whatever you experienced in the past. Because we tend to judge our future, I guess, best with what we know, but it can get much better as well. And you will be the person to hold the torch for them and to show them the way and the vision for this future that it is in store for them if they choose to take it.
Yeah. And then I pulled the Queen of Pentacles, and I feel like this is for the question asker. It feels really important to do some kind of compassion exercises for them and let them go in a way that really respects even their most awful choices. And gives compassion for where they're at this moment in their soul's journey, because it's really interesting. There can be a lot of judgment around drug abuse and alcohol and that kind of stuff. And, you know, some of the oldest souls have had these issues, and they're just playing. They're playing with the drug abuse. They're playing with the alcohol. I've even seen where that's been a master incarnated on earth being the drunk. And, you know, like, it's not what you always think. And so if you can find a place in your heart to give compassion for whatever they're experiencing at this moment, and we all create our own suffering in many ways. And if you can see it in yourself as like, oh, I create suffering for myself, and I just want to tell you it's okay that you're creating suffering for yourself. It helps to open when you get that much love to receive. It helps to open the doors so that things can change. So be hopeful, because I feel like they can change.
definitely. Okay, can we download this feeling of hope and what it feels
Yes.
like to to what hope feels like from the definition of the creator.
Also, let's download compassion
and compassion too.
what creators compassion for exactly what we're experiencing right now feels
Yes.
like. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it feels really
so
nice.
it is. And our last question on love.
Yes. So the person actually have two, but we can choose one if it's just asking if they're with the right person, and the other just wants a general love life, please.
What are they asking about the person?
Am I with the right person?
Oh,
am I with the right person? And I guess what does the future hold with this person?
Interesting. The question about the person and am I with the right person and what does the future hold? Were both of those the same person? No.
Yes, yeah. This
Yeah.
and what the future is the same person. Yeah.
Because I'm seeing an engagement and like, am I with the right person? It's the right person for now. There can be a time where you may or may not want to make the decision to go through with the marriage. But there's great grace within following through and staying on that path. There's a lot of hidden delights and surprises. So
Interesting. I do see as well that there is a decision to make and that you feel that you don't have maybe it's to say yes or no, and that you don't have not following your intuition, or you don't have all the you feel that you don't have all the answers, but it's still again like a duality and like going choosing one or the other, and it's gonna be good whatever you choose. Maybe this person does feel good. Of course it is up to you, but check with yeah, hearts everywhere. And then I have the Wheel of Fortune. I feel that it's more doubts from the past that or maybe the future, or what will my future hold, or what if there's someone better in the future, like, or because this person feels good now but the past might have been not so good, you're like, are they the right person, will they change? But the person in itself does feel good. It's more about the voices in your head or your fears, that rather than behaviors from their part, then is making you not doubt. Yeah, I'm going to say doubt, but it's more the change, like fear of changing. And it can be changed for the better, but sometimes you just fear change, even if it's a good one. But yeah, see, learn to trust your intuition and not fear change, because it's going to be a good one. Okay, I think that's all that I'm getting for her. Anything that you're getting?
That was it. Just the Page of Cups, which is good news, and
it is
related. And so
related words.
You can relax into the good news.
Yeah,
I like that.
Right. Should we close with love for everyone? Like, yeah.
I also just saw this flash of this couple that I saw on TV who they got engaged, and the guy then bought a scratcher like before they even ended up getting married, and he won $1 million off a scratch off ticket. And so the good news and the Page of Cups, and it's like it's such an interesting thing, like what seems like just good news might just pop out of something totally unexpected.
Yeah.
And so if we can download the lottery numbers, that would be helpful too.
Sure.
Okay. Good fortune, what good fortune feels like. So if we can get into that feeling, we can attract it closer to us too. So let's download what good fortune feels like.
Feels good.
And what was the other thing that you were saying to download, to say yes to? I forgot.
For this question?
Was it trusting your intuition, or
Trusting your intuition, yeah. Knowing that you're making the right choice.
It's interesting, that kind of came up with the choosing a job too.
Yeah, and there is another one that it came to mind now, that being with the right person feels like both of you feel that you are the lucky one. So can I download you the feeling of, yeah, like you won lottery when you're with the right person, like, literally.
I love that interpretation. Yes. Knowing what it feels like to be in a relationship where you both feel like you won the lottery with each other. I love that. That's sweet.
It's like golden sprinkles or something.
Yeah.
They're all around you and beside you.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna put this up on YouTube and then give out the links. So if you got anything from reading, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe. That would be great. Also put your comments in below, and we'd love to hear some feedback. And you can even ask a question. We do this twice a month, on the 22nd and the 11th, and we're happy to be here for you.
Exactly. You can ask questions for the next month. So
yeah.
And this has been really good. I really feel light and happy, and for everyone else with the love. This came as a last card, that is a happy family, and the feeling of feeling welcome. So you are welcome to our channel. You are welcome to the realm of love. And with that. May your relationship be a place, or with people where you feel welcomed, where you're in their presence.
Oh, we should tell them.
Health, relationship, anything. Yeah.
We should tell them about the High Vibe Tribe. Go ahead and join the High Vibe Tribe. You get special readings, discounts, all sorts of stuff, and access to meditations from both of us, and all sorts of really cool stuff.
Yes.
That's called the High Vibe Tribe on MDS-Institute.com.
And you will feel that you are welcome there.
You are welcome there.
Because we
would love to see you.
Yeah.
Bye.